Hello and welcome to yet another sensational trigger warning. We're back again. It's Thursday night. On tonight's show, we're going to be talking a little bit about Boris Johnson, about 5G, about Mueller, a tiny little bit about Mark Zuckerberg, and if we get time, about Corbyn and Brexit and whatever else you'd like to talk about. It's all coming up in the next hour or so. But for now, it's Sir Duke of Bratsy, please, Graham.
It's time for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake. Triggerwarning.tv.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, we're not on Live Leak again tonight. There's some with the changing stream providers, some stuff going on. But we're looking good in YouTube. We got Smoke Steve, Chappie, Bob, Farley, Mr. Kill, and a few other folks tucked away in there. Hi, guys. Hope you're doing well. And I am contractually obliged to point out there is a super chat. So if you want anything read out in particular, it's the coin. It's the coin. We got Kenny Ballbag. Kenny Ballbag's in the room. I'm joined this week as ever. But, well, not my friends. They're just people I see on a Thursday. But, of course, we got our Graham.
Yeah.
And we got Cherry.
How do? You okay?
How you doing, Cherry?
I'm mint.
You might come in for more shit than usual tonight.
Right, okay.
Just to explain, we have a couple of guests off camera. One of whom is Graham's mum.
Yeah, my mum's over there.
So it makes it really, really awkward for me to say about Graham being a bicycle rider, child sex predator and things like that I usually say, and a racist and all these things. But we'll see how we go. I have full permission. And encouragement is fine, so we'll see how we get on with that. Also joined by Daryl, who's off camera there, who's suspiciously looking a bit like, if Gareth Bale was from Staley Bridge, he would look like his older cousin that had done some time and perhaps wasn't allowed too close to a school. It's been a while since I've seen you, but it's good to see you growing into yourself, dude. Makes me happy. Daz, we've mentioned him a few times on the show. He's a bass player, Graham.
Yes.
He's
wonderful.
ever so good.
You keep telling me
Cherry's
that.
a bass player as well.
Not as good as Daryl.
He's better than both of you.
Yeah, okay. Everyone's
He's
better than
amazing.
me. I don't like. I never claimed to be. It's not like I'm a pro. It's not like I'm like claiming to be anything.
I mean, I know all this is Crime Watch.
Yeah.
The bass playing though,
But those fingers.
amazing.
Did you get a lot of practice in? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's very good with his fingers. Very, very good. Apparently that doesn't constitute a good legal defence.
No.
So there we go. How's everyone doing tonight? We do want to hear what you want to talk about. All the information's down there. You can email us live at triggerwarning.tv, where Cherry will completely fuck up at anything you write down. Or possibly just not notice that you've sent it in, which is always cool. You can also Skype in. It's the same address, live at triggerwarning.tv. If we don't answer, because I've not put the InstaBellen device in yet, we will call you back at our earliest convenience to have a chat with you. It would be nice if people Skyped in, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If you're gonna like drop us a DM on Skype first, like add us and message us and say, hey, I want to call. Cause,
Yeah, well, then we'll talk to you.
yeah, because if you just ring, it creates a bit of panic on Cherry's end sometimes, doesn't it? It just-
Cherry starts doing arcane, like, apparently this
yeah.
means there's a call. Yeah, once he just did that.
Or it's like the emergency signal from Teen America. Do you remember that?
But what stops a show quicker than someone going,
Yeah. Hey.
what?
You're doing great, Hayden.
We got book scoring. Oh, that's nice. How are you doing, fella? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's still a little quiet. It's always the same on YouTube. They all come in when we're getting ready to finish.
Yeah.
It's almost like 5 minutes. That's enough. That's enough.
Well, they don't want to listen to all this happy stuff at the start, do they?
No, that's true. It's always the nice part, isn't it?
They want broken, beat down Hayden last 20 minutes.
When I'm just tired and I've had enough and I'm emotional. I'm not going to do the spiel just now. By the way, if you ever go to the Trigger Warning site, you might notice it's just not there at the moment. Totally killed it. The coder that did the social for us vanished, so that died. So we're redoing the site from scratch. It's going to be the website with all the videos and all the media and pages for the different shows. It's also going to have the social media element from social built in, a new forum built in, but we're keeping the legacy forum for the few people that do enjoy that. They can have that forever, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to that, and also you'll be able to start your own blog off the site, like WordPress.com. Same thing. you'll be able to have a blog off Trigger Warning. If you want to be your name at your name dot triggerwarning.tv. It's probably at least a week or so away. I don't know. As soon as I can get it done, because at the same time I've got to finish Drone Tech's site and do a couple of work-related things, but that's fine. We'll get there. It will be glorious. It will be amazing. A chicken's in. How you doing, fella? You all right? Apparently almost missed the show. And Nat's in. Nat Lynch, how you doing? Hope you're well. Oh, it's nice to see the familiar names. It's very warm on YouTube, isn't it, Graham? Nice.
Yes.
It's nice.
Makes me glow.
I do miss Troll Central, though.
I do. I miss the abuse.
We'll be back there soon. As soon as it's available, we'll be back on Live Leak, where some might argue we belong. Oh, our channel was monetized for anyone that wasn't watching on Tuesday, because we do the Tuesday sort of podcast live on YouTube at 10:30 p.m. UK time. We were monetized at 20 past 10, just before we went on air. Very excited. Looked through our videos. All of them were demonetized. So, yeah, bumpy start, could be argued. But we got super chats.
Yeah, people can support the show directly.
We
now.
got super chats. Ads, I don't know if we're going to be ideal. But they've left some really weird ones to go through. Like me being the unicorn of love. That is fine.
Our Tommy Robinson video is still monetized.
Strange, isn't it?
I thought he was banned on everywhere. They obviously saw that and went, nah, it's fine, that, yeah.
I don't understand it.
Good old Tommy.
You know, but all the weird ones have been blocked. But it doesn't matter. What does it matter? It's not like we're going to earn off them anyway, so... But we got super chats, it's a hint. We got super chats. There's no being careful about this now, is there? There's no being shy. It's just give us your money. We want all of your money so we can do more of this sort of thing. Right, we're going to crack on. Because we got young Alex as well. Hello, Alex. Hope you're doing well. Alex is grabbing the clips for us, which is a thankless job when I'm doing a show. When Graham does his Sunday show, bang, bang, bang. I do when we just go off. It goes all over the place. Makes you nervous when you're hovering over the buttons to start and stop it. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing.
It's the same for me doing the Vision mix, man. I'm like, oh God, is he... What? No.
It's the false starts, isn't it? I'll start and then go off on something else and then come back in. But no, we're going to kick off talking about Sir Boris of Johnson. There he is. Look at him, fine figure of a man. Fine figure of a man. Marvellous. Obviously, he's been in the news because he's been ordered to appear in court over claims that he lied, saying the UK gave the EU £350 million a week. There he is in front of his bus, which says instead of giving that £350 million to the EU, we should give it to the NHS instead. Whatever. He's been accused of misconduct in a public office after making the claim in the 2016 referendum campaign. Now, obviously, Boris and his people, they're not too keen on this. A source close to Boris, don't you hate it when they call him that? A source close to Boris. Why don't you just say, look, Boris said. Anyway, a source close to him called the case a politically motivated attempt to reverse Brexit. His lawyers have cut that down a little bit less by saying it's simply a stunt. And I'm sure Jacob Rees-Mogg spoke about it for hours, but nobody listened, just how nobody's bought his new book either. How many did he sell, Graham? 600?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 700 copies? Who would have thought a book on Victorian life by Jacob Rees-Mogg wouldn't have been a barnstormer? Yeah. Anyway, obviously, us guys, and I do speak for all of us in the room right now, we're not sure even if the outcomes that he's guilty of it's going to make the slightest bit of difference. I highly doubt it'll stop him becoming Prime Minister Boris Johnson. There he is. That's what we're going to be looking at soon, by the way it's all looking. But the truth is that the claims couldn't come at a worse time for the Clown Prince of Westminster. And the minute he's Prince Boris, by the way, guys. Prince. Once he's Prime Minister King. Or God Emperor, obviously. I really hope that's someone we know that's still in this building at this time of night. It is.
Oh, thank God for that.
See you later. I'm glad that was a human being. Now, it couldn't have come up at the worst time, really, because, you know, it's going to be used by people running against him, and his critics, there's a stick to beat him with. He was dishonest about it and everything else. Because as we know, only Boris was dishonest in the entire referendum debate. Now, the interesting thing about this one, what is definitely interesting, is that it isn't like the Crown Prosecution Service or the police or, some kind of parliamentary watchdog going after him for this. It's a private prosecution, which was launched by a chap called Marcus Ball. He actually crowdfunded £200,000 to fight this case. Now, his lawyers, they lodged an application in February to summons Boris, claiming that whilst an MP and the Mayor of London, he deliberately misled the public during the first campaign and repeated the statement during the general election campaign that followed. Now, the QC representing Marcus Ball, Lewis Power, QC, said Mr. Johnson's conduct had been both irresponsible and dishonest. He also went on to say, democracy demands responsible and honest leadership from those in public office. Okay. It's amazing, isn't it, though? Before we carry on with it, isn't it absolutely amazing that I go on some of these crowdfunding sites and you see people trying to raise money for the kids with cancer and there's like £8 and a teddy bear being sent in over 3 months. But for a completely meaningless private prosecution against the fop with a gob, Boris, £200,000. I remember, if this was an official case being brought against him by the government, this could have up to life in prison. Probably not for what he's done, but it's a severe punishment. But a private prosecution, I'm not sure what you'd get to benefit from that. But let's go back to his QC. Again, remember that he said both irresponsible and dishonest when talking about Boris Johnson. Irresponsible and dishonest. So keep those in mind. Very important. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that he was responsible and honest. It's not my purpose here. But I think that's fairly standard behaviour from our ruling classes, isn't it? They're never particularly honest or responsible. And the thing is, there is that proverb, isn't there, about, like throwing stones if you live in a glass house. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. But Mr. Ball is all about honesty. He swears that he doesn't want to disrupt Brexit. This is all about honesty and being straight line. Nothing to do with Brexit. Remember that. It's got nothing to do with disrupting Brexit. He's the bigger man. Granted, his social media, it's absolutely packed in support of Remain. Fervently in support of Remain. He even said his campaign was being organised with other Remain campaigners, and it was born from a Facebook group called the Other 48%. But it's not about Brexit. That's just obviously a complete coincidence. Nothing, zip. He's just taking the higher road. Because he's responsible and honest. And it's not about Brexit, despite the fact he's an ardent Remainer. Organised this with other Remainers, is in groups for Remainers where it's being organised. It's not about Brexit. And he's responsible and honest. He claims that since 2010 he's earned his money doing public speaking, predominantly, and teaching. But as far as anyone can tell, he's only given one public talk in the last year. And then he says he works for RT. Which is Russia Today, who are that well-known, responsible, honest and non-partisan station, fined by Ofcom for breaching broadcasting standards over the Salisbury business. I mean, I always find it's a badge of integrity, don't you, Graham, when you broadcast for RT?
Oh, yeah.
100%. 100%. It's guaranteed you're completely non-partisan. You're just over it. Granted, you also fucking hate Israel, Jews, and love Russia and hate the West, and you kind of bang on about socialism a little bit. But let's gloss over that. We can't get wrapped up in this. It's about responsibility and honesty, because that's important. In fact, Mr. Ball isn't showing that he's doing much of anything. His other companies are dormant, no indication of working. I'm sure he does work. I just couldn't find out what as. He does live in a house worth over £600,000. So it must be worth a few, Bob. He's got a couple of quid squirreled away. Must be bringing it in. So it does beg the question, and this is a good question. Why has he awarded himself a salary of £24,000 out of the campaign funds? Lives in a 600 grand house, says he's been a lawyer, a public speaker. I'll just have that 25 grand there. I've been terribly busy doing this. I've not been able to do anything else. I'll just put that away in my body. I've been so busy on Facebook and hiring an expensive QC, I've not had time to do anything. Have you ever hired a really good barrister? Takes you no time at all. And you just give them the fact they go away and do everything. That's why you pay them £5,000 and £10,000. I imagine this guy costs even more. Add on to that Mr. Ball just taking his essential living expenses, because I'm sure that's what they are. I've got no right to claim otherwise. Despite the fact he lives in a £600,000 house, he's taken other people's money and gone, I'll pay myself a wage. That'd be nice. Could be legit. He might have missed out. He might have only done one speaking gig last year because he was busy doing this. So how's he paid the mortgage on the 600 grand house? I don't think 25 grand a year is enough to cover that. I'm no expert. I'm sure they're pretty expensive monthly. Oh, and he changed his name by deed poll, and I don't know why. His real name's Elliot or something like that. That could be it. So, honesty, integrity, transparency, admirable qualities, sadly lacking in both Boris Johnson and Mr. Ball. I don't know why he doesn't run for Parliament. I really don't. He'd fit right the fuck in there, wouldn't he?
He's got that Trudeau vibe about him, doesn't he?
He has. So we got a court case to look forward to. Also with Boris, before we go off the top... Not yet, Alex. Hold on. Don't press the end one yet. There's going to be a dinner date, isn't there? There's going to be a dinner date. When Trump comes over here, and those London people do that funny thing with the Trump inflatable, because we don't like fascists in our country, except the African dictators that come over and things like that, and socialists. We like those. But ones that don't actively murder their own population, we don't like them. Because Trump's a terrible man that kills lots of people, compared to Robert Mugabe, who went to the palace. But I digress. Trump's coming over. He's going to go out for dinner, a lovely slap-up meal, with Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage. I wish I could be there. Would that not be the best dinner ever? Just the gammon. Just it would be... it would be a palpable sense of gammon. You would walk out of there feeling like a giant after soaking up all the alpha male gammon. Fantastic. I mean, your IQ would be down for a shit, it'd be fucked. But you'd feel king of the world.
The laughter
and there'd be
would
gold everywhere. Trump loves gold.
The laughter would be dead infectious, though, wouldn't it?
Because Trump's a classy guy. Very
Yeah.
understated, low-key. Low-key. Have you seen his house?
I know,
It's
yeah.
gold. He's got a gold house. He's got a gold toilet. I was going to say it must be a bugger to clean, but I doubt he's ever cleaned a toilet in his life. Wipers. Just use smaller hands when you do it. He's only got little hands. Butter spoons. Let's not go. In fact, you know what? Stop a second. Graham's mum. Did you teach Graham when he was younger to butter bread with a spoon?
No.
Told you had a problem.
What the
Fucking
fuck?
mental.
What?
Nobody butters bread with a fucking spoon.
Right. Did you never do it when you worked at that place?
No.
It's just you. It's just you. I told you it was just you and you wouldn't have it. I explained to you that it's not right, Graham.
Fuck off.
You can get a butter knife
I'm not just
for the job. Spoons are for soup and your pudding. Maybe chopped tomatoes at a pinch.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
No, it's not.
yeah.
Good.
Squirming.
It's good. Have you tried it? Have you even tried it?
Why would I try it?
Just try it.
The same way I don't eat soup with a fork, I'm not buttering bread with a fucking spoon. How am I supposed to explain that to her when she walks in the kitchen? No.
Well,
What are you doing? Graham said this was a great idea. I don't even think it'd be that good.
It's not right. Why didn't you do it for thingy's Twat Sack's video for his snack thing?
I'm not buttering bread with a spoon.
Eat some toast, but diary cam it.
I'm
like
not
that.
catching whatever mental
Well,
it is you've got going on at the minute.
You just don't want to do it in case you like it. It's like anal, isn't
I
it?
like it.
Mayonnaise, you're right, chappy. It is phenomenal for doing mayonnaise. Saves you loads of time. You get right to the edges cleanly. I'm not. No, don't drag me into this again.
How is it any better than a knife for mayonnaise?
But, look, right.
You don't even tear the bread with mayonnaise. Not like that spreadable
There's-
butter
there's
bullshit,
two things-
which is a lie.
Right, yeah. Well, I don't buy spreadable butter because I'm not a common.
Oh,
I
you
buy
just, you just
butter.
leave your butter out so
I
the
buy-
fruit
I
flies
just-
can
I
shit
just-
on it. I
Well,
understand.
no, I leave it covered. I leave it covered. Obviously.
Oh, I believe that. From the man that leaves a
Yeah.
chart up in the kitchen for his girlfriend so she knows which chopping board to use.
You think? Well, yeah, because cross contamination is an important, dangerous thing. But why would you assume that I leave my butter just open to the elements? She does. She fucking does. I found a fly on it the other day. The whole thing went in the bin. That was done. And she went and bought more, by the way. I'm not fucking replacing that.
That escalated quickly.
It's the one clean part of my house.
My son wanted a pot noodle for lunch today.
Why the fuck am I being called a soy boy all of
Well,
a
I was just
sudden?
going to say, my son wanted a pot noodle for
Yeah.
lunch. It's not something I encourage, but I went and got him a pot noodle. And in this chicken and mushroom, which contains no chicken whatsoever, but it does contain mushrooms. One, I opened the packet of soy and thought of you
Fuck off.
with your butter spoons.
I don't use those packets. I got the good stuff in the cupboard there.
Why would I put anything better on a pot noodle?
Oh no, I sex it up, me.
Just eat
I had to
Just
it.
Get rid of it.
Just get it,
Shovel it
get
in.
through it. No,
Yeah,
no,
just get through it. You've paid 70 pence, just
yeah,
or maybe more if you've got the king.
yeah. I usually have the kings. Yeah, it's just one of them, innit? You can't be harsh. You need to eat. And just
Pot
fucking-
noodle will do the job. It's a bugger if you don't put any boiling water in it though. Crunchy as fuck.
Do you remember when I did that here and I didn't boil the kettle and I poured it all in and it was cold? So I then tried to microwave it and the microwave in there is fucked.
Yeah, it didn't go very well, did it?
No, I opened the microwave to check it was done, and the microwave carried on going with the door open. So it's just blasting me, and I'm going, oh god, and I just.
Do you know what that makes me think of?
What?
5G.
Oh yeah.
That's right, 5G is rolling out across the UK as I speak, and it apparently is some kind of microwave radio. Do you know what? I've heard too much about it. None of it's sunk in. Don't care. I know, like, Richie Allen's got grave concerns about 5G, that somehow it's going to fry your knackers and stop you having kids and give you massive tumours in your brain. But I think this is part of the next evolution of mankind. What is so wrong with us ending up... Sorry, Graham, you got a problem there, mate?
Yeah, can you sort of shut up? Can you just whisper at least? Well, sit next to each other at least. And
I'd like you to know that I was fine.
No, I'm not fine.
I was fine. I was carrying on. Graham's got a hair in his ass now.
This is
I
a
think it's the
student.
butter spoon that's done it.
I know you're on the live. Why don't you?
So yeah, everyone's shit in the bed about 5G. You can watch Richie's show. They're all in there. They're absolutely positive that somehow this is the technology that the New World Order is using to destroy us and kill us. I mean, granted, we're all going to end up looking like this, but what's the problem? Where I live, most of the people look like that anyway. Actually, not that good looking. Usually one less eye and at least one less limb. But it's all bollocks, isn't it? We're all panicking. They're going about smart meters. Every scientific body that measures the radiation of smart meters goes, it's nothing. But of course, the more conspiratorial-minded people say, yeah, they would say that. There's none of that, mate. There's none of that. It's bollocks. Right? They're not killing us. I saw a photo posted as proof that it's evil. The man had like a hazmat suit on, working on the mast. He went, see. And someone's come on going, yeah, he's washing it, mate. That's what they wear when they're washing it, so it doesn't spray. And everyone's like, yeah, you would say that, shill. You can't win. There's no winning. Anytime you even disagree, it's a troll. It's a paid troll. Not even a good one. You're not even a good paid troll. And with me, it's like with your blue tick. Like that makes any difference whatsoever. Thing is, we're going to get really fast internet connection out of lampposts. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Stop and think about this. This is amazing. Everywhere you go, you'll be able to share it with Facebook really quickly where you are, and they can keep tabs on you whilst bombarding you with microwave radiation that's going to cook your testicles. You'll have flipper babies and things, End of mankind as we know it, massive brain tumours, and probably some kind of mind control. Why waste the opportunity, right? It's the NWO, dude. They're spraying microwaves out of planes at us with aluminium. And they're spraying it on us. That flight that goes to Tenerife from Manchester Airport, pure fucking poison comes out of that. Pure, that's the monetization gone on this one as well. Pure poison coming out of that bad boy. Say, we're finished. We're finished. The poisons from the planes that the lizard people are putting on us, and then the waves coming out of all the lampposts. I've always been wary of lampposts at the best of times. But now, they're trying to kill you. Big masts. Everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. Endemic. My smart meter's killing me, apparently.
4K Avengers Endgame on your phone, though.
I couldn't wait to tell Richie I had a smart meter installed. I asked for it. I got onto the electric. Can I have a smart meter? Yeah, of course you can. Fucking get it in.
Richie spends 8 hours a day with that phone next to his face.
Of course he does. Of course he does. And it's things like, well, you don't want all this in your home. They'll know what you're doing. It's like, dude, they know what I'm doing. I've got a Google Assistant in like 4 places in my house. I'm now looking at an Android TV just because it's another Google Assistant to have in my house. So in my house, if you say hello Google now, 8 different devices go, what? What do you want? What is it? I'm ready.
We were already listening, Hayden.
We're always ready. Yeah, it's one of them. You go, okay, Google, and they go, do you want to know about... And they know. They know between Facebook and them. Everyone, and I don't care. What if they know where you've been browsing? Lively, Twitter... news sites, a little bit of dwarf porn. Got to mix it up a bit. But I don't care if Google know that. Who gives a shit? Google know that you've been to the shops. So does everyone that saw me on the way there and on the way back. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't think the people in Palo Alto and all that really give a shit what you're doing. But now it's coming out of lampposts with 5G. They kill us.
They don't care. As long as you hate the Jews, they're happy with you.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
fine.
particularly hate them. I don't particularly hate anyone.
Then they cut their eyes
Rational
on you.
Wrong Think says 46 watching and only 7 likes. I know. We used to get all those hearts on Facebook.
Yeah, where's the likes, people?
Come on, guys.
Hit
Like, subscribe, touch us on the bell, all those things. And use that fucking super chat. Go on.
There's a legit thing with the algorithm now, actually. It won't share the video unless people hit like.
Is that true?
Yeah. There's a direct
Hit like.
correlation.
Everybody that's watching now, or I don't know how many of you are, hit like. Just hit like. Doesn't cost you anything, you cheap bastards. Hit the button. And if anyone hits the super chats for a £5, Cherry will do a dance.
Yeah.
For £10, it's the Dance of the Seven Veils. For £15, we cover him up. Oh, yeah. I love the fact people are in the room with us.
I know.
Watching the show on a phone. Cherry does that.
Yeah.
Cherry sits watching the show on his computer.
I'm watching the chat.
Daryl, you're looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It's so they can. They're reading the chat, aren't they?
But it does crack me up.
It's really off-putting, isn't
When
it?
people are here and you hear in person going,
Yeah.
I know you're there, but I like it when you're this big.
Yeah, they want to see everyone calling you Goldilocks. By the way, speaking of that, A Chicken has said, "Have you seen what Basil Fawlty said about London?"
Yeah, not English enough. Don't care. It's his opinion. Good luck to him.
I know. Yeah, people have been going crazy.
It's the same as the people that argued the opposite. It's just someone's opinion that I don't really care about. He was funny in Fawlty Towers. I don't give a shit what his political opinion is. Rational Wrong Think in chat said, I avoid houses that have anything linking my voice to Google. They don't care, but power is info. And you don't it to scum for free, says the man posting on YouTube. Using a Google product. Off the grid, dude. What does it matter? What does it matter? You know? You can turn the mic off on Google anyway. I'm sure it's legit.
I don't. Hey, we're on 27 likes now. They listened.
Come on, guys. The rest of you. There's 40 odd of you watching. Hit the button. Come on.
And 2 dislikes.
Oh, you bastards.
2 of them just went.
Yeah. Don't tell me what to do,
Don't tell me
dickhead.
what to do.
You're not the boss of me, bitch. Do you not like it when I look at you, Daryl? It's one of the things that bothers Graham. When we used to do the radio show, do you remember?
Yeah.
I used to do it to Wingman John. They're this close. And when I get angry, it's all just pure eye contact just the whole way through.
Well, I tried.
It really makes people uncomfortable.
Depends what you're talking
I
about.
tried to put him there. That was the plan. He was
Yeah,
supposed to
Daryl,
be
why
right
don't you
there.
sit here?
Why are you not sat there?
Why don't you sit here?
All intimate. What?
You're not on camera.
You're
Come
not on
sit.
camera. Why would
Tell you
you,
what, actually, Daryl,
how could they be?
come sit here.
Can you
Come
not-
sit with your Uncle Hayden.
Why would we get the couch in shot? Like, look where the lights and everything
The
are.
couch is nowhere near it, Daryl. Look, it only goes up to my elbow, dude.
There's no.
Yes.
I'm there now, but just
He's
talk
not
to
lying.
people. Leave me
You sure you don't want to sit on my knee?
No.
Okay, just I'll make the offer. You can
him
cover
what
your
you want.
face. I usually encourage people to do that anyway.
Yeah.
It's much better that way. It's more exciting. Rational Wrong Thing says, no, I'm not off the grid. I create content on YouTube, but just because I let a dentist touch my teeth doesn't mean he has access to my colon, if you get my drift. No, I totally love it when my dentist has access to my colon. In fact, I insist on it.
Like when I went for that blood pressure check.
I actually choose my dentist based on the thickness of his fingers. Nice chunky hands as well, like Eastern European. Graham said, don't be xenophobic, we'll lose the super chat.
No, we might only get. Well, that was the theory, wasn't it?
Tuesdays we'll get super chats. Tonight we get no super chat. Tonight we get none. It's not happening.
When
Doesn't
you,
matter
pick,
what we offer.
when you picked that bag up, then I just thought, has he been charity shopping? Is it just full of DVDs? Not Blu-rays, DVDs.
Yeah.
I just, hey, look at these, what I got today.
DVDs in a 1970s Dennis Wheatley satanic novel. Brilliant. I've got friends that do that. Wait till the anaesthetic kicks in, baby. No, fuck that. I don't want anaesthetic. I want to feel it all. I've got to have steroid ingestion. You know my bad wrist, Graham? They want to stick big needles in full of steroids. And they were listing the things that can go wrong with it. Didn't like the sound of that.
No.
But I've got to do all that. And if that doesn't work, then it's an op later.
But the phrase Hayden on steroids is one that makes me happy.
I imagine my temper would be just sensationally good.
Oh, look, old white man's still failing at trolling
fucking
us.
hell. Is that Happy Dog again?
I don't know. Mate, you need to try harder. You're not doing well enough at all with this.
Skinheads are not welcome in Manchester. I'm just fucking bald, dude. Wasn't a fashion choice. My hair fell out. Yeah, Manchester's full of bald people. In fact, there was that rap band Force 10. They had a song, didn't they? Kojak Society.
Okay, I'll force 10.
It was everybody's going bald very quietly, and it's true. It's because we're evolving. It's true. So well, we don't need it, so we're losing it. Over the next few generations, I'm sure earlobes will go as well. Because they're useless. They must be useless. Those fucking idiots keep putting the big hoops in them.
Yeah.
Don't like that, mate. I think that's very unhygienic. My nephew used to do that until one split. Oh, that was a wonderful day. That was a fantastic day.
I wonder if the people who are more inclined to do that will just be evolved out eventually.
Oh, yes, they'll be bred out.
Bred out, yeah.
Yeah, well, usually people with the hoops in their ears are real soy boys anyway.
But then again,
Feminists.
rapists, though, as well, you know, because the old feminist, you reset the counter, don't you?
Well, yeah,
You see the male feminist, and a lot of them are like that.
of course they are.
So,
Potential rapists.
not that they all are, there's a lot of very lovely people with
They're all
it.
potential rapists.
But that is keeping the bloodline going, isn't it?
Old
rape.
White Man says, why do you not cover the atrocities committed by Israel against Palestine? We have spoke about that many times. What more do you want me to say? They shouldn't drop bombs on people. Truth is, like you, like most people that pretend they care, I don't really give a fuck. It's something to talk about. I don't live there. Don't pretend you care, because you care about everybody and everything. But I've engaged the troll account enough now. Patrick's in. Hello, Patrick. Nice to see you. Oh, he always gives us shout-outs as well, Patrick. Top bloke. Magni Nona. I think I've said that right. Nice to see you.
That reminds me, there is like a MAGA account in that had an amazing name. Wait, let me see if I can scroll back up to him now. It was just all caps. Oh, where's it gone? The American Rebellion MAGA channel. He's watching.
The American Rebellion.
Yeah,
Hello, regular broadcaster on Live Leak.
The American Rebellion.
Terrible liberal.
Well, that's what he was saying.
Leftist to fuck.
Why the hell can't I do live vids on Live Leak? That was it, yeah.
No one can at the moment, dude. That's why we're not on Live Leak tonight.
Even we can't.
Old White Man says, who's funding you?
Well, not you, but other viewers.
Not Israel yet, for fuck's sake. When are we getting the shekels, Graham?
I don't know. I'm gagging for some Jew money.
I want God Emperor Bibi to give us some of that.
Yeah. SodaStream.
Solid Jew coin. I'm dying for some of that.
We've been pimping SodaStream for years
We
now.
have.
That little story about the factory.
I think it's time Israel gave us some money. I think it's time they kicked us in, gave us something. Teluvian says George Soros. I'd take that as well. I'm not really asked.
We could be like, playing both sides.
It's either that or you sell like fucking brain pills and cock pills like Alex Jones, isn't it?
Well, can you please? Because that was on the contact us page for Trigger Warning TV, wasn't it? Like, please, if you've got cock pills, don't get in touch. Which I never signed off on.
I'll redo that for the new
Yeah,
about
if we
page.
could just. I mean, it was a funny joke and everything, but can we just use a slightly different punchline? Because I don't want to cut off any supplies in the future there.
Just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case. But predominantly, who funds us, really? Some of it comes from our generous patrons who are all on patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. Thank you. Some donate directly. The rest is usually me, to be fair. There we go.
And the gavel that's gone missing.
Yeah, all my shit gets stolen. That's just how it is.
Where's that dildo?
The live leak clacker. It's knocking about somewhere. Let's have a look here. Israel is famous of giving money away free. Okay, that wasn't really strictly speaking English, but I think I got the gist of it. Alan says Boris Johnson's funding us. I'd take that. I've seen your fascist nonsense on Facebook. Someone shared it laughing at you. I don't use Facebook, do I? If it means the show, oh, fucking great.
Brilliant,
I
yeah.
don't care what they say when they just share it. The more you hate, the more clicks we get. I'm bang up for that.
External embeds increase
Smoke Steve
internal.
says, why is the triggerwarning.tv site in front of you? It doesn't presently exist because I haven't redone that. You can still go there and look at the holding page. Which site, American Rebellion? If you mean Live Leak for streaming, I can't give you an ETA on that. If you mean Trigger Warning TV, can't really give you an ETA on that either because it's just me doing that on my own. So as soon as I can, with Live Leak, I've got no answer for you there, dude. I'm sorry. We can't get dragged down that Live Leak rabbit hole on this show. We're answering questions on Live Leak all night. What time are we on? We had any emails, Cherry?
No.
Been very quiet on the emails.
It is.
Used to get more when we had Wingman and John Graham. Cherry's just ruined that for me. No offence.
No friends.
You just fucked
None
it up.
taken.
God. Can you read? Just swap with him.
12 words.
That's yeah, we're getting there.
That's about what we get every email, isn't it?
You know, I already asked him. He said no. So,
That's got to be Happy Days. That's got to be a happy dog, hasn't it? It's got to be. Someone like that.
It's low. I don't know though, because Happy Dog's usually better at trolling than
Yeah,
that.
he'd be a little more on it. Sorry?
It's not funny though, is it?
No,
That's
it's not
the
the
thing.
best, but it's nice to have one.
Yeah. But Happy Dog actually makes you laugh. Happy Dog stuff hurts, man, when he gets you. Like,
yeah.
this is just kind of, it's too obvious.
Oh, here we go. Patrick says, I'm well into ufology, and episode 9 of Reality Check is on live, so I'm going to have to catch up later. Apologies. No worries, Patrick. You go check in with them bad boys with the flying saucers, and we'll catch you in a bit. There's no flying saucers, dude, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there. And if there are, they're a long way from here. And why would they come here? It's a long way. It's a terribly long way. Even if you can fold time and space, there's still a lot of time and space to fold. Bollocks, mate. We'll be lucky if we find bacteria in our lifetimes on a planet. There is alien life. Statistically, there can't not be.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't believe it comes here sticking the fingers up people's asses and mutilating cows. I think that's bollocks. I think that's people. Mental people. So they like crop circles. Fano's in. Hello, Fano. How you doing, fella? Good to see you in there. Nice to see you in there. Little quick one that isn't planned. It's not much. Mark Zuckerberg, 'cause we did a thing on Facebook last week with our hate lists and things, so I don't want to get too into it. But apparently Canada is getting really pissy with Mr. Zuckerberg. Turns out he's turned down their polite invitation to appear at some court or other. When I say polite invitation, I think it was a subpoena. So they pointed out that if he refuses a second one, he could be put in prison for life. For life for not going to Canada. I don't think they can extradite him from Hawaii, where he's still in some kind of border dispute with his neighbours, I believe, isn't he? So he just built a big wall around everybody's house. Because he can do that. I'm Mark Zuckerberg. I can do what I want. You can buy Canada.
I forgot about that, actually. Yeah. Well, isn't Facebook's GDP bigger than Canada?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Facebook is a much larger country than Canada. But it doesn't have its own air force. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can you imagine that? A Facebook Air Force.
that we know of.
Yeah.
I bet he's got a few killers on the payroll, though. A few all black.
Are you stating that as fact? They're all black, his killers.
All in black.
Fuck it, Graham, you're slipping again. Racist again.
Fuck off.
He's got a few killers all black. Like what them black people is, eh, Graham? Is that where you're going with that?
Well, if you
It's
want-
disgusting,
If
Graham.
you want a job doing
You
right,
should keep that to your
Oh,
Sunday
fuck
show.
off.
For fuck's sake.
I'm not racist.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Some of your best friends are... Oh, no, they're not, are they, though? They're all very white. And that one bought that T-shirt, it's all right to be white. I saw. Every show, you got to let me down. Every show. Shocking racist. Was he like this when he was younger? No. He was. Confirmation from his mum. Terrible racist.
Like what? What was it like?
Thankfully, your other brothers turned out okay. Something went wrong there, dude. You just kind of really you've hidden it well, though, haven't you? You've done well. But it all when I met you, there was none of that. It was all, oh no, right on, I'm all good. And then all of a sudden it starts coming out bit by bit.
Do you want an email?
Sorry?
Do you want an email?
I fucking love an email.
Can we all wish Spurs the best of luck for the Champions League final?
Yeah.
That's off Paul.
We can do that. Or Liverpool, I don't really mind.
Ah.
For all I joke about it, because it's fun, because Scousers get all emotional and upset, don't they? And always the victims. And if you call them bin dippers, it's like disrespectful and all this, while they talk about oil money and financial doping as if that's even a thing. But regardless, whoever wins the final is fine. The only reason it would be funnier if Liverpool lost is because if Spurs lose, which I think they will, to be fair, if Spurs lose, their fans will be like, well, yeah, we got to the final, it's good. If Liverpool lose, their fans will be like, those cheating bastards. The grass was too long, it was too wet. Something, Manchester City's fault somehow. I saw one guy online today going on about Man City. No, they didn't win a treble, they won a double. Because the League Cup don't count. Ah, but you'd fucking love it though, wouldn't you? Just can't seem to win them. But I do think Liverpool are going to win the Champions League, which means Liverpool fans will be completely unbearable. Because they've done it obviously without spending any money. All homegrown players. Because you'll never walk alone.
Yeah, Liverpool losing would be the funnier
It'd be
outcome,
fucking
wouldn't it?
hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
If they got tanked by Spurs. Just absolutely tanked. Or even better than tanked, 1-0
Yeah.
at 93 minutes.
Yeah.
just dribble.
Really?
Or if their superhero Van Dijk did it, own goal. Just dribbled over the line. Oh, about 2-0 over the line, that'd be beautiful. Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I'd lose, but...
No, I think they're definitely gonna. I think they're gonna win the Champions League. Liverpool.
shut up about football. Just realised what I was doing.
We should do as a United fan, yeah.
Yep.
Don't want to bring me into that.
Oh, Patrick's still with us.
Patrick's not going for the aliens. He's hanging out with us.
Oh, yeah.
Made the right choice, Patrick. There's plenty of those guys out there.
It was all that talk of racism, wasn't it? That did
Brought
it.
him back.
He's like, oh, wait a minute.
Your milkshake brought all the kids to the yard. All the boys to the yard, sorry. I don't know the vernacular. The vernacular, that's from like the 90s, isn't it? But I still don't know it. Chappie says, eat bacon. I do.
Okay.
Who else we got here? Anthony Ragg says, I'm not, but it's the only email, so I'll take it.
Client of Bio, 66. I fucking hate football, I'll be honest with you. Can't stand it.
That's because you're a beta male.
No.
No, it is. I wasn't asking for your opinion on it. I was just telling you that's how it is.
Yeah.
iWarrior says the only aliens here are the Americans.
Ooh.
Oh, we got a problem with the Americans, have we? You better hope American Rebellion's logged out. His beard will be going and everything.
Yeah.
Ah! As soon as I climb off my sister, I'll be right with you. No, I'm joking. He doesn't. I don't think he's got a sister.
Not anymore. She couldn't take it.
Not since the op.
Yeah.
Because now I've got the image of him doing that, and I can't. Not that he's not a fine figure of a man and everything. Not that he's not. A
She
fine
grew
figure
herself
of
a she-willy to try and put him off. But it didn't put him off. It spurred him
man.
on.
He's armed. The American Rebellion MAGA channel, Trump 2020. We've been saying that since 2016, dude. We've been calling it since then. How can it not work? With Mueller, of course, it's all going on there. He came out and made a speech. What I'm not going to do is go through the whole thing blow by blow. It's been done ad infinitum. I just want to talk more about what it's going to do. Basically, there's been fresh calls since Mueller went up and had a chat with everybody for Trump's impeachment. The left-wing media is obviously having a field day. The Guardian said his 9-minute statement was widely construed as a signal to Congress to act on his finding that Trump sought to obstruct justice. Not really news. Mueller was very clear of this is all we can do. The rest is up to you guys. There's my report. Do what you do. CNN, strangely enough, agreed. Who would have thought it? Saying that Mueller sent an unmistakable message to Congress. It's your turn. Well, apparently the Times says he gave Democrats the green light to begin impeachment proceedings against President Trump. Of course, Mueller did say if we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said that. We did not, however, make a determination as to whether the president did commit a crime, because that wasn't his job in the report. His job was to provide a report. Mueller did explain procedure that was responsible for his decision. A president cannot be charged with a federal crime while he is in office. That is unconstitutional. Even if the charge is kept under seal and hidden from public view, that too is prohibited. So, do you know what I think this will really do? This will beat the Democrats, and we were talking about this earlier on, into such a fervour for impeachment that they'll forget that to run successfully in 2020, they will need a candidate that's viable and some policies, and all they're going to have is burn Trump. I think what Mueller has actually done is ensured that we're going to get Trump in 2020. Another 4 years of quality quotes, insane tweets, lies so blatant you're not actually offended by them, and just plenty to talk about, especially if we get, as we've said, Prime Minister Boris, Deputy Prime Minister Nigel Farage. All the planets aligned. Fucking beautiful.
I can't wait.
We're not going to be short of shit for talk about, that's for sure.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it's just in terms of content. Yeah, that's all I want.
Is that what cunt soup is?
Sorry?
Is that what cunt soup is?
Cunt soup.
Yeah, that's what that is, isn't it? Just all of them together in a bowl.
That's very negative. We think it's good.
Did he just do a swear?
He did. He used the C word and I repeated
though,
it.
you weren't supposed to say it out loud.
That is you. Sorry, we've said that before.
Sorry.
On the show. Graham says it a lot.
I've heard you say it.
I never say it. I don't swear.
Hayden doesn't swear, he just mimes it. Chappie is not happy about the fact that we've only got 35 thumbs up so far. I'm not happy either, to be honest.
What more can I do apart from asking people to press, but they won't press it? What can I do?
But it's working. It's working. The people, when we got the thumbs, the views went up. So, you know, there you go.
There you go. Everybody that hasn't hit like, just hit like. It's free. Don't cost you anything. I'm not asking you to press the money button thing. Just a thumbs up. Just press it. And I know someone, I'm not doing what you tell me. I'm asking. It's not a demand. Helps us get out there. We've only got about 10 minutes left anyway. So, you know, just press the button.
Smash like to tell Hayden to fuck off.
You can do that. We've got the American Rebellion all excited there. That's good. Pedro says, I clicked 2 times. I am hero. You are. I'm hero. Congratulations. I can't click the thumbs down enough. But it helps us get out there. It helps share it, doesn't it? Please remember, share the videos if you can. We've actually covered most of the stuff we were going to talk about, really, haven't we? Done 5G, done that little bit on Mueller. We talked about Boris. We've not done too bad. It's been quite light this week, actually. I managed to avoid some of the stories even my wife was sending me to enrage me. About certain court cases going on at the minute. I'm like, I can't even deal with this right now. I'm sure we'll be back to the darkness.
There is a whole harem of people that just constantly send you news things to try and trigger you in there. Hey, didn't talk about this on the show.
Including my wife.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, because it's funny.
Have you seen this? Oh, for fuck's sake, why are you showing me that? Because she knows I'll then just go around fuming. I'll walk around in circles in the back garden for a bit, just fuming. Grumbling, thinking, I'm going to have to do a broadcast about this. Of course, then it gets to Thursday, I'm sat there and my mind just goes... Bad Motorfinger says, how long is that super chat button going to be allowed to stay? I want get that shit pressed and find out.
Yeah, you best use it before it's gone.
I'm sure it'll go eventually. I've no doubt about it. And hopefully what we're going to do with the new trigger warning site, if you guys want, you can be more involved and help suggest things during the week. We can collate content and do stuff like that. There's lots of cool stuff we can do with that. Because the idea is that we give you guys a bit of a platform as well. Not a video sharing platform. There are some awesome ones out there, particularly liveleak.com. But, a blogging platform, a place to share ideas and have fun, dick about, share stories, make suggestions for the show. And donate, which you can do at the moment if you go to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. You can sign up for anything from $1 a month, and it all helps. It's true. Because all this shit costs money. And it all helps. You look like you want to say something. Greg.
It's just that cultist thing.
Oh, that.
Cherry looks like a cultist in Far Cry. I don't even play Far Cry, but that's just a good... It's just good.
I don't know what they look like.
They're the...
Oh, yes, I do. I've shot several of them. They do look a lot like you, actually. Yeah.
Jesus is coming.
The new zombies are smartphone users. No argument there. I do find it annoying when you're walking through town in the city centre. When people are walking at you like this. And they're coming right towards you. And then when you take their phone off them, they get offended.
I just stop, stand in front of them till they fucking...
Did you put your hand out?
No.
Stop!
I'm representing the phone there. I stop and they move left or right, but I stare them in the eye. So they look at me.
You should keep your phone out and just tap it against this.
It's rude, isn't it?
There we are. And inform them, my phone is considerably better than yours. It is very rude, though, when they walk around. It is. It's. But I've noticed it more and more. Like, if I've got nothing to do, I will have a look at Twitter. Or usually message you on WhatsApp. But most of the time, it's in my pocket. But I see people like they've just picked the kid up from school. And the first thing I do with my son is, what have you done today? What do you have for lunch? What lessons have you done? No, we can't go for an ice cream right now. You have that normal interaction, but you see other people walking away just... And they've not seen the kid for 8 hours. And they're just...
It's a lot, innit?
It just seems to absorb people. And you're thinking, well, they must be looking at something very interesting. It must be something really engrossing. It's Instagram.
Yeah. It's not like texting the wife, he's alive, he's safe, or anything like that.
Instagram is for people too stupid to use Twitter. Words? No! Not words. And then they don't even write in English. I don't understand anything they say. And if you say something, can you not speak English? They're like, fuck you, dick, this is social, we talk like this. No, English. A perfectly good language. Works very well. We don't need to put numbers in there instead of letters and things like that and use all these Americanisms.
I only go on Instagram when I'm horny, so if you ever see me doing that in the schoolyard...
I know all about your Instagram.
Yeah, you need to keep an eye on me. If I'm ever doing that in the schoolyard, it's like, Graham, fucking chill out.
Especially your Instagram, like I say, in public, that shit get you arrested.
None of them speak English. It's Eastern Europe at the moment for the ones I'm following. Yeah, there's a little crew down there.
Oh yeah, I've heard about them.
They like to show off.
Yeah, it's all
they get all dressed
grooming
up.
gangs and all that shit, innit? Trafficking, human trafficking, things like that.
You mean I could buy one of the? Because I was just looking at him.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
I didn't realise I could buy him.
Yeah, you did. You just know you can't quite afford one of them yet.
Yeah, no, I can't get one of those ones.
You've not had permission.
I'm going to get me one from Vietnam.
No, mobile phones are a real issue. I know. I wouldn't mind if they were reading anything. God, it's so snobbish, isn't it? But anything of substance. But they go on Facebook. I mean, Facebook's just vermin. It's dreadful. At least on Twitter you can have a laugh. You know.
Chappie's saying here that the use of smartphones on bicycles will be outlawed in the Netherlands. I don't see how that could ever be legal. When I see people riding the bike on the phone, I'm just like, are you fucking serious?
My son is asking me for a phone now because all his friends have them.
It's
His friend's like a year older, the one on the street, and he's got an iPhone. And of course he's putting all videos on that my son shouldn't be watching.
Yeah.
But what can you do? It's the way it is.
How's he got that? Is it like an old one that's been passed down or something?
I think he's got an iPhone 6.
Oh, right. So someone's got a new one and gone there.
It doesn't matter. I don't see what does a 9 or 10-year-old kid need a phone for.
Oh.
Because I said to my son, he uses like one of our old ones to watch videos on and play games. Because he's not got enough consoles in our house. We've got every console under the sun. Nat Lynch, thank you very much. Oh, we've had a super chat. That makes me happier now. Thank you very much.
And that's towards my first import, is it? So specifically, I need to put £2 aside for my little Vietnamese.
I've got no problem with that.
For my Vietnamese child. Appreciate it. Do you remember that thing I was on the couch we were talking about? Becoming radicalised by what it is that gets super chats. Talk of buying women is the thing that actually gets us paid there. That's a worrying direction.
You thought the worst thing would have happened is I'd take a violent lurch to the right.
Yeah.
And yet now we have Graham talking about importing Vietnamese children for his own pleasure. Looks like I'm going to be okay. My xenophobia might not be the issue. Mr. Godsew's in.
Oh, thank
Hello.
you.
Does your son watch Live League videos? No, he doesn't. He's 7. He doesn't watch anything like that. But his friend does put on rap videos and stupid videos. Now, you know, my son has heard swearing. All the kids swear at his school. We watch Bottom. We watch The Young Ones. That's mild swearing. I don't mind. He knows not to do it at home. He knows not to not to do it in front of grown-ups. He's a good kid. But when his dad need a phone, I'm like, what do you need a phone for? You can use that one in the house. I want to take it out, so it's not got a SIM card in it. So you won't be able to play anything anyway. Well, can I have a SIM card? No. And I'm like, well, who would you phone him at? You? I went, no! No! You know, listen, Dad, bring me something.
Yeah.
No, we don't need it. And
He's not going to be doing it to catch up. He's like, come and get me. I'm a mile away. What?
And it's like when I see in the street, the kids are all like 10, 11, 12 years old. They're all riding around on smartphones. They're studying groups. They all stand in groups and they don't speak to each other.
Like adults then.
Yeah, but that's all right when you're adults, because once you grow up, you realise everyone's fucking horrible.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
And you don't want to talk to them anyway. But as kids, obviously, I'm grew up in a slightly different world. I'm 46. When we were kids, you hit each other with fucking sticks and things. Rob Fitz has put €5 in. Thank you very much. You should have a tracking number with your trigger warning t-shirt. If there's any problems, customer service at gearpress.co.uk. They'll sort you out. Euros. Graham's so excited. Oh, it is fantastic. But yeah, I see kids stood around and they're not going off having campfires. They can't go and have adventures because everyone's convinced there's pedos fucking everywhere. And there's no more than there ever was. It wasn't as... everyone said, just stay away from him. He's a bit fucking strange, that one. And that's where it ended. But now they just hang around But I'm convinced they're on Instagram to each other.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah.
Aren't they playing Roblox now? That was in the news today.
My son plays Roblox, but only on the Xbox.
Well, Roblox is apparently what the pedos are doing to catch kids now.
He does have 40 friend requests. He won't answer them.
All fellas, mate.
I know, because I'm gonna start getting in there.
I play Roblox.
You were grinding on Roblox, weren't you?
I was grinding it to get a fairy castle, yeah.
Grinding.
I really was. That's not even a joke. Grinding hard deep into the night. I got it though. Big pink fairy castle she got. We share it.
Yeah, made a lot of new friends now. €5. No, my son. I had to make a new avatar for my son, a new costume, because you have to do that on the PC.
Yeah.
And I finally got him the one he wanted with the Lego hands, but in white. He really digs that. I had to find out what bacon hell. I didn't understand any of this shit.
It's a faff, yeah.
And it wouldn't go across. And he had me. I must have spent. I went away from working, spending an hour trying to find out why Roblox is having issues. Nothing. It's in the end, son, there's nothing more I can do. I don't know enough about Roblox. I don't know what more I can do that I've done. This morning, I came downstairs, and he'd been up before me, and he said, can I go on my Xbox? Of course, you're on school holidays. You can do what you like. And he went, Dad, it's here. It turned up overnight. It was like Christmas.
Oh, that's
he was
brilliant.
so happy. I've got to build him one of those obstacle course things next.
Oh, they're really good, man. Let me know when you do it. I'll play on it.
I will. I'll
stream it.
I'll send it. Yeah, I've got to load up Roblox Studio and learn how to do all the bits in it. But he really wants me to, so I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Let's get Trigger Warning TV going first, please. Don't get lost in a Roblox.
I'm not gonna
rabbit
lie.
hole.
If my son says, "Dad, will you do this for me?" I'll drop everything.
I know you will. But I'm just thinking, yeah.
You know what? I can't say no.
No, I know, and I do the same. I have done the same for mine as well. I know, and those courses are really good. Make sure you let me know when you've made one.
I will once figure it all out, but it's not. He's not in that much of a rush. But it is something that's on our. I think that's a summer holiday project. So.
I love that big phone call we had, and then you're right. I'm killing this site, and then the next day, I'm on Roblox, Graham. No, but we will. Oh, it's too late.
I'm
now.
busy.
It's what it is.
There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. We got that Trigger Warning Games channel on Twitch as well, haven't we?
I know.
Never used it.
But there's a weird thing with Twitch in that I just feel like we're gonna get kicked off every time we stream on it, aren't we?
I don't think we should do this, and I think we should use it for dicking about.
Oh, right, just for
fire up Battlefield again.
Yeah.
Another reason not to get the site. So I couldn't get the site done.
Speaking of mugs, there's a new mug on the site, isn't there?
There's quite a few new mugs on the site. On Gear Press, there's I don't think the Trigger Warning one's in colour change yet. There's a Live Leak colour change mug. So it's black and you pour the water in. You get the Live Leak logo. The Trigger Warning one's coming next. But there's a new Trigger Warning logo. We're still keeping the circle, but there's a new text logo with the new site. So that'll be on all the merch. You'll get that. There's going to be Team Graham and Team Cherry shirts showing up pretty soon as well. Lots of new merch. Gearpress.co.uk. There's going to be lots of new things. But we're also... Daryl had a great idea. Do you remember those pens you used to turn upside down? You make the lady naked?
Yeah.
Dressed. We're going to do that for Trigger Warning mugs. But the thing is, I don't think you should know which one you bought. So sometimes it might be a lady. Other times it might be me. In an alluring pose.
I reckon you'd sell more if it was just straight up. They knew it was you they were getting.
No one needs that.
No one needs a lucky date. They're
Shall I just use this mug? Don't use that mug. Just cold drinks only in that one, okay? Just don't. Why? What's that? Oh my! Why have you got a mug with like this fat hairy bald man on it? What are you doing? So it's a complete reboot on the Trigger Warning site, though. If you weren't listening earlier, you didn't tune in on Tuesday, we're doing a lot of stuff with it. Basically, the developer vanished. So we're rebooting the whole site. It'll be the complete Trigger Warning website with all the stuff in it that we had, with more articles from myself and Daz and anybody else that wants to join in. All the video content will be there. There'll be pages for each show. There'll be a new built-in forum. We are keeping the legacy forum because there's still a handful of folks that enjoy that, and so I'll keep that going as long as they want it. That's it, it's theirs, whatever they want. It'll have full social features, or a lot of social features. So your own activity wall, global activity wall, all that. And you should be able to have your own blog on our domain. So if we approve it, it'll be like yourname.triggerwarning.tv, and you'll have a blog, like a WordPress blog. It will be a WordPress blog. And it'll work, and you can just blog, detail your life on Trigger Warning.
My little Butterspoon instructional posts.
There you go. You won't be getting that blog. Delete. Nefas says, I've got a peanut butter spoon. Found it in the drawer. Does that count? If you like. My advice: just use a knife. Like everybody else. Apart from him and some dead Victorians.
Don't be a sheep.
And I bet the butter spoon wasn't for spreading.
Don't be a sheep.
No, be mental.
Be
Do you know,
yourself.
sometimes there's a reason everyone does something a certain way. Because shit works.
And sometimes you've got to break out.
You don't stab anyone with a spoon in it.
Yeah, unless you're in prison
Maybe that's it.
and you
'cause
spent weeks sharpening it on the concrete floor
maybe
because
this,
you want to show him who's the daddy.
this all stems from me being.
A shank. A shiv.
It's because I was only allowed spoons for a certain period of my life, isn't it? I convinced myself that it's fine.
How old were you when you stopped having a mittens on elastic?
Oh, with the mate, I go straight back to that
I'd
right
be
now.
up for that, actually.
Yeah, just,
I don't know where my gloves are. I mean, I don't have to worry at the minute. It's getting warm. But John Grammaticus says, "Are butter sporks okay?" No. Sporks are just not okay. Full stop. Alan says he might donate towards Graham Butterspoon. I think you should change your name. It could be like double-barreled, couldn't it? Sir Graham Butterspoon.
That'd be a good double
I don't-
barrel
I
It's
sausage.
only
don't-
about
oh,
25 quid, isn't it, D-pole? I don't really know.
I've only just got used to pickle. Now we're on bloody Butterspoon. You all right, Butterspoon?
You were Mr. Showbiz for a while,
I
weren't
was
you?
Mr. Showbiz, yeah.
What's happened?
He got racist.
Just,
That killed it. That absolutely killed it. Guys, it's 7 minutes past 11. We've overshot. Yeah, but we always do, and I won't mind. It's not even like we've been doing stories. Alex has been sat there going, "Fuck's like this."
yeah, we finished at like 10 to 11. It's just been
Hanging out. Well,
it's been
a nice
15,
evening.
20 minutes of just riffing and
It's a nice evening. I'm just having a read of the chat for a minute. It's nice. Can't wait. I do want to get Troll Central back because I do miss it. But on YouTube, it's got a more relaxed vibe, even when it's busy. You know, it's chilled out. It's nice. Does that lead to a more relaxed show?
yeah, well, it definitely affects it one way or the other, doesn't it?
We've had 2 super chats though. I'm so amazed.
I'm well happy, yeah.
By the way, I know we're taking the piss and everything, but genuinely, it's mind blowing when people donate to the show and want to keep the show going. It genuinely is. It's humbling. It does mean something. I don't want to get all mushy on you. I'm not going to start saying I love you because I don't. But it is. It's mind blowing when that happens. It's absolutely fantastic. It's does mean a lot because money's not easy to come by. Nefa says, "I'm glad I just caught the stream. My son has been given the sack. Needs something to cheer." I am sorry to hear that, Nefas. Genuinely sorry to hear that. Hope he gets himself sorted. Alex is chiming in there. You covered 3 stories plus a bonus mini story. I'm impressed, Alex. I'm an impressive guy. I've got it all going on. Kenny Ballbag says, "Good night, Jen." Kenny Ballbag.
Good name, that, isn't it? Like the best name.
We're up to 44 likes as well now, man. I don't think we've ever had that live before.
Oh, we need lots of likes. It's important. They make us happy. It's like the hearts on Facebook.
I don't know about them. I was never on it, but this is good.
We don't broadcast on Facebook anymore.
Good.
We stopped. We're going to come away from Facebook
Kenny
altogether.
Ballbag on Facebook. I bet he's not.
I bet Kenny
They wouldn't
Ballbag
have
is.
his surname, would they? They'd take it off him. They'd say you can't.
And imagine if that was his name.
Well, then that's.
From a long line of ball bags.
There you go.
There's Nana Ballbag.
She was mint. She was the best one.
She was a saint, that woman.
Fucking Vera. Vera Ballbag. Lovely woman. Salt of the earth.
Ball baggings.
Yeah, Patrick says. Patrick says, "I like the fact you are not clockwise, guys. We're not wise in any way, shape. But sometimes we just run over, and it's nice to it's that just sitting around chatting parks. This is why I love doing Tuesdays. Tuesdays show that we do. We do as we build it up and we have more donations. We want to bring it into the studio. What we do, we broadcast from our own homes on camera, and that's very much just a sitting down, chilling out, and having a chat kind of show. And it's very enjoyable. It's very enjoyable. And there's Graham's show on a Sunday, which of course is the most terrible looking anti-black show I've ever seen in my life. But there we go. At least he chills out for Tuesdays, and well, you didn't really chill out tonight, did you? You let it slip a wee bit.
My Stormfront Sundays.
Yeah, Stormfront. I was talking to Graham about it. He went, "Storm, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Leftist trash on Stormfront. Not even properly racist." He got banned off the Daily Stormer for being too extreme. Even Gabba thinking about getting rid of you. Even Gabba, just called Gab Nazis now. Right. Jax is in there. Hello, Jax. That's a new name. A lot of new people tonight, actually. Great seeing you all. Guys, we're going to go. Do remember, we have Graham's Sunday show coming up next. That's Sunday at 12 p.m. UK time. Then we'll be live on Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. UK time, with the live recording of the podcast that should have been put out on audio yesterday, but we both just got that wrong. The bumper full. The whole thing in one big show is coming out as a podcast tomorrow night. Via all the podcast channels that we use, so Podomatic, and then it'll be out on Stitcher, on Apple what's the Apple one called?
iTunes.
There we go. so old, man. What is the Apple thing with the music and the gramophones?
On your smart speaker as well. You just ask your smart speaker to play
That's it. You can just say, play the Trigger Warning podcast, and then my son learns lots of things he doesn't need to know. He hasn't twigged that one yet, fortunately. He talks to Google a lot, but he hasn't figured that one out.
Tell me about my daddy.
Yeah. So,
according to Wikipedia, Hayden Hewitt is the co-founder.
He swears he's not Googled me yet, but I'm dreading it. I can't wait. He's never getting cyberbullied, though, is he? No. We've talked about that before. Dad, this person's being nasty to me online.
Oh, my
Move
bad.
ups.
I just love it. I love the thought of him all innocent. Hey Google, tell me about father.
Your father is a beheading enthusiast.
Oh, actual Google is trying to help me out there. No, it was just a bit. It was asking
Yeah, so
me.
I'm trying to tell people where they can listen to the podcast.
Sorry.
Podomatic, Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify. We're on Spotify. Yes. And Google Podcasts. So if you have got a Google Assistant, which everyone should have, because you should keep Google fully appraised of every movement in your life, just say you want to listen to the Trigger Warning podcast, and we just pour out of it like vomit from a poorly child. It's just right there. And so we record that live on YouTube every Tuesday night. It's released as a podcast usually on a Wednesday, sometimes a Friday if we get it wrong. This show every Thursday at 10 p.m. and just lots of stuff clips through the week as well. What's up, Graham? You're shaking your head. What's the matter?
I'm just not fucking racist, though, am I?
Patrick, don't back down. Don't let him pressure you. You know what he is.
He's only just started watching and he's already
Well,
joining.
he's twigged. He's twigged. He might get better. He might get better. He might, or he won't. And we'll get banned off YouTube because of you. Not because of me. Because since the Pikeys thing, no one's had me on the racism. Since they all went fucking mental at me. Because do you remember that? They were all getting in touch, weren't they? All angry Pikeys.
Is that why you got kicked off YouTube?
No, I think that was because we had the Queen topless behind me.
Oh, that's all right.
But no, that was when I was doing the radio show and I said something about Pikeys and it just kicked off. They said you're a racist. So I said, but then they said we are racially diverse, and my point was Ireland's very small, and there's not a lot of not a lot of genetic diversity. So to be proud of being from this very small and soupy gene pool,
Reiterated the point now, basically, haven't you?
and being thieving heather sellers and dodgy path layers, and they got annoyed with me, and I don't understand. They're just very touchy.
No idea.
They're very, very touchy.
No idea.
So we don't talk to them now,
No.
and I certainly don't talk about anything like that. But at least I just say things like Pikeys, and I don't go on about the blacks like Graham does.
No, of course not.
Zuckerberg's black killers.
Like special forces. Oh, shut up.
Mr. Godsew says that when he's wearing blackface, he isn't racist either. It's just jokes.
Look, right, that was an accidental blackface, okay?
But it was funny.
No, he does a blackface thing that's banned on Live It
right.
because to him it's just jokes. But the fact is, it's fucking stupid, and it just causes us more problems than it's possibly worth for whatever humour you think you can wring out about blacking up. And when you look at the people that laugh at it, all those like middle-aged Australians that complain all the time. That's not how you judge what's funny. I mean, I'm sure you enjoy doing it, dude. I'm sure you enjoy it. I'm sure it's a good laugh. I'm sure there's nothing finer to do. But it's just not worth the hassle. It's not worth the hassle.
I love that. I just assumed he was talking about me.
No, he does black up probably with the white lips and everything. And then can't understand why we're like, dude, we just don't fucking want that. You know? It's just that class thing. He thinks it's funny. Everyone else just thinks, he's like, that's just fucking weird, dude. But it's all right, because the way I see it, Mr. G, the more time you spend at home putting those parrots' faces in your mouth and blacking up is the less time the young girls at the beach have to worry about you creeping on them with your dash cam. So it all balances out. It all balances out. It's just a matter of choosing the right sort of victim, really, isn't it? All true. I should turn this laptop off. I've not looked at it for ages. Can't believe it connected to the internet this week. That was nice of it. Right, guys, it's time for us to go. It's 11:15.
I made promises. I shouldn't have done that. Should I? Yeah, don't worry. 11. Don't worry. It's fine.
Never fails.
Be bed by midnight. No problem.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you'd like to support Trigger Warning, just go to patreon.com/Trigger Warning TV. Keep heading back to triggerwarning.tv because the new site, it's probably about a week away, but it's going to be cool when it happens and when it lands. And there'll be lots to do on there and lots worth doing. Until then, keep coming, checking out shows, watch clips. Please share them. It means the world to us when you share clips. Even if you tell people you hate this shit. In fact, as Graham points out, that might be even better. Help us get out there. Help us get more people onto the cause. And help us continue to do the good work that we do for the community. The community being, well, us right now, really. But let's face it, guys. You, us, we're the only ones that matter. Everyone else is a bit of an arsehole. Till we see you next time, have a good week, have a good day, have a good whatever the fuck it is you do. Unless it's something wrong. Bye-bye.